Hey, and welcome to Talk Tuesday. Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. This is a live that we have every week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. For today only, it's also sharing onto Facebook. So let me know in the chat where are you tuning in from, and thank you for joining. Today's topic will be about building your savings. That's something that a lot of people have issues with. So we're going to go over a couple things with that today. And thank you for being here with me on this Tuesday evening. All right, we have PA in the house. Hello. And Facebook, for your name to show up, you would just have to click the link. Hey, how are you? All right, PA, Texas in the house. All right, guys. So we're going to get into it. Thank you for joining me again every week, 6 p.m. on YouTube. All right, so we're going to talk about savings. What exactly is savings? Simply put, savings is just income that we have left over. Hey, Tamika, how are you? Savings that we have left over from our income. All right, so then why do we save? We save for different reasons. For different people, they save for different reasons. Some people save for larger purchases, which could be a car, could be a house. Maybe you can't pay for it all at once, but you would save to, get started with it, to put your down money down. For different reasons, some people save for vacations. Who doesn't love a vacation? I know I love a vacation, but when we go on vacation, sometimes we can't afford to pay for that vacation all at once. Sometimes we have to actually put money aside to build up to save, because if we don't save for that vacation, what do? We actually spend money that we have for something else, for a whole nother reason. And you know what? We get set that we're going to go on vacation, and then we spend that money up, and then we come back from vacation, and then what do? Now we don't have any money left over. Now we have to figure out how are we going to pay the things that we were supposed to pay with the money that we spent on vacation. Hey Aisha, thank you for joining. Another reason you would be saving for is could be for retirement. When you retire, you do want to retire comfortably. You want to be able to, live off of the pension or the social security, whichever income you have when you retire. You want to be able to live comfortably. When you stop working, you may want to stop working completely. Some people, when they stop, they do want to continue working. But if you are someone who wants to just stop, you would like to save, you would need to save to be able to have that cushion to be able to help you with that. So let me know, are you saving in the chat? Let me know, are you someone who does save? Do you try to save? What issues do you have with savings? We're going to go over things that help you save today. And thank you all for joining. I see the numbers coming up. Thank you. So we're getting ready to get into it. Hi, Talisha. Thank you for joining. All right, so I'm going to just keep going because I don't know the comments just yet. But all right, so when we're saving, a mistake that some people make is trying to save too much too fast. Now, let me know, put a one in the comments if you're someone who tries to save too much too fast. And a lot of people do that. And what you're doing when you do this, maybe you don't realize this is something you're doing, but sometimes you feel like, I want to save this amount of money, so I'm going to put this in my account because I want to save $1,000 in 6 months. So then you find yourself putting in, when you get paid, $100 or $200 or $300. And what do we do when we do that? We are proud of ourselves. We are happy. Okay, I put money in my savings account, right? But then what do we end up doing? Taking it right back out. And maybe we don't take it all out, but a lot of times we take out most of it. And the reason why we do that, all right, I'm seeing the ones in the chat. All right. Um, we do that because we want to save, but sometimes we end up saving more than we can actually afford to save. And that happens to a lot of people. So what happens is you might put in $100 into your savings, and then before you get paid again the next time, you'll pull out $80. Now you have $20 left in your savings. And that's okay. $20 in your savings is $20 in your savings. It's better than zero in your savings, right? So what you have to do is start where you are. Don't try to start above where you financially can start. So let's say you start with $20. $20 is okay. $20 will add up and you can build your savings. You're still building it. That's better than building it and pulling it back out. And then it's hard for you to plan. It's hard for you to see exactly where you are, where you're going. where it will actually be when you get to, like, you can plan ahead. So if you're saving $20 every time, then okay, you know how long it's going to take you to get to where you're trying to get to. But if you're putting in 100 and you're pulling out 80 and you're putting in 60 and taking out 40, like that, when you get into a situation like that, it's hard for it to grow. You won't see it grow, and it's cause confusion. And then, once you get into the habit of pulling it out so easily, then you'll probably keep pulling it out. So what I would say is actually just find an amount that you're comfortable with saving, an amount that you can put in there and not touch. That's the best way and easiest way for you to be able to save. And another tip I would share with you is save an account outside of your normal financial institution. So find it somewhere that is not as easy for you to get to. Like myself, I save my money in an account that I don't have a branch near me. There's nowhere I can get to it. If I needed to get to it, then I would simply just, do it through my app on my phone, and then they'll send the money over. Now it will take a couple of days as well. So that's taking a couple of days is also helps me to say to myself, like, okay, it's gonna take me a couple of days to get it. Do I really need it? So that will make me, think maybe I don't need to pull it out because it's gonna take time for me to get it. And another thing, hey, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. And then, if it's for instance, you need it like really quickly or you need it for sake of an emergency, then you can do it quickly and just pay a little fee. But again, that fee will also deter you from taking out money that you didn't need at all. Or maybe you needed it, or maybe you wanted it, but you didn't need it, right? So, there's little things you can do to build your savings. Read the comments. Give me 1 second. I have an online account if I want some money. Yes, see? Now she has an online account, and if she wants the money, she has to wait 48 hours. And that's an example of the account that I'm speaking of. It takes time, and that will help you to build your money. And then you let it sit in there, you're able to see it, and you can watch it just grow. And then that's another thing. When you watch it grow, that's a good feeling. And that encourages you to keep going and just to get it to where you want it to grow. Another reason we save is for our legacy. We have children. Some of us have children. We have family, siblings, different people we want to save our money for. Okay, yeah, so we're saving, to enjoy ourselves too, because it's our money, right? But you have your children or your siblings, your family who you're going to save for. You want to leave them some money as well. So you have to be able to save and build that savings so that when they, hear all that in the background, forgive me, y'all. But when you be able to save for them, and then you're able to build it, put it somewhere where you're not going to touch it. And then when you have the 401k, just think about how much you're putting in there if you're still working, how much you're putting into that account each pay. Now some jobs they have it for a percentage, some jobs have an extra area, an extra fund you can put money into. Like at my job, we have something called a deferred comp. So there we put money into that, and you can actually determine how much you're going to put into it, and you can let that money grow. And then also there's restrictions on that account as well to help you to build your savings. So for stuff like that, when your jobs have extra accounts that you can do it, definitely take part in that. And again, we spoke about $20. Be okay with putting that $20 in there. And then when you have extra money, take it to 25, take it to 30, and just keep building it. Because as you're going, as the time goes by, you get used to not having that $20. You're able to work off of your income without that. And then you build it up $5 more, or then you build it up $10 more. But you know how you're living, you know how the money is flowing for you and how you're managing without it. You know if you can manage without with a little bit less, and just keep building and letting it grow. Because yes, you need to have bigger savings to grow quicker, but you got to start where you are. You have to start with where you are. Now, sometimes we'll save, maybe 1 week we can only afford to save $1. I tell some of my clients, if I can only save $1, I can save $1. If I'm not saving anything, that dollar was better than that. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, what we don't do as well, homework assignment for everybody looking, everybody who's watching, go get one of your bank statements, go through your transactions, and look at exactly what you're doing and see where this extra money is going to. And then you can see where a couple places you might can cut some things out so that you can actually, pull money from savings. If you notice, okay, well, I ate out 5 times last week. Okay, so then you can eat out 4 times. And then that fifth time, the amount you would have spent, put that in your savings. Or maybe you can go from 5 to 3, or you can go 5 to 2, or just work your way to it. And I do not advocate for not enjoying life, not going out and all that stuff. But I just say do that stuff in moderation. Excuse me. But just do it. You don't have to do it all the time. Enjoy yourself. My thing is to be on a budget and still enjoy life. That's my whole thing. So you know what you're doing. If anyone has any questions, definitely put them in the chat. Let's see. Do I have any programs that I offer that will help us? Absolutely. Great question. All right. So actually, I'm launching a community in April, but right now I'm getting ready to launch my beta that's going to start on Sunday. In that community, we actually will be working on building our savings, decreasing our debt, and creating our budgets. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll put the link in this caption after the live. Or you can visit my website or hit any links in any of my bios, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Should I put my savings in a different account for each item that I'm saving for? Okay, so that's a good question. So for that, I would say if you're someone who maybe you might be saving for a vacation, maybe you might be saving for down money for your car, different things. So if you're someone who you're going to stay on top of it, you're going to be able to check your money from here and there. Definitely put that into separate accounts so you can see you're growing for your vacation, see you're growing for your car. But if you're someone who you're going to kind of be all over the place, you're not going to be checking it, and maybe now that you have money over here, now this account's going in the negative and things like that. I would say to just put it in one account, because sometimes we want to do right and then it gets really hard for us and then we get frustrated and then we don't stick to it. And then we kind of throw things all off whack. So you can tell if you can manage different accounts. If you're someone who can have your money going to different accounts and it's okay, and you can live off of your one main account without having to remember earlier we spoke about going into accounts. So if you're someone who can literally put 50 going here, 50 going here, and this is for that, and this is for that, and then you don't touch it, I would suggest definitely putting it in different accounts so you can see this is how much I save for this is how much I save for that. So you know when you can do things and how long it's going to take you to get to that thing that you're trying to get to. But if you're someone who's going to like pull the money out, or putting it over here maybe might mess up a bill on this account, or again, this gets into our budgeting and being able to save what we need to save for different things. So just be mindful of that. I hope I answered that question. I hope it wasn't too confusing, because it can kind of go different ways. It literally depends on your situation. And again, if you are watching on YouTube, definitely subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Starting this Friday, we're going to be posting 2 videos a week. Every Tuesday, we're here live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern, we're going to post a video for you to watch. You are very, very welcome. Did anyone else have any questions about savings? I can go over a couple of tips to help you to build savings as well. Some more savings you can think about is maybe when you go to the ATM. Some ATMs are going to charge you fees. Some are not. Take the time to do your research and see which ones don't have fees, because we don't want to unnecessarily pay fees that we don't have to pay. I am not a fan of wasting money or throwing money out the window for no reason. Because if I have to pay a fee for this bank, guess what? I'm not going to this bank. I'm going to go to another bank. I'm going to go where it's free for me to get my own money out, or I'm going to take money out once a week so that I have it on me if I need it. Hey, thank you for joining. And let's see other notes I might have. All right. Oh, another one. All right. So another fee that sometimes we pay. That's my last note I had for myself in case I forget. But when we're paying our bills, it's so important to pay our bills on time. Sometimes things come up and we're not so good at paying it on time, but it's very important for us to pay it on time. So if we pay it late, we run into the late fees. Again, unnecessary money you could have put, guess what, to your savings. So pay your bills on time. Think about it ahead. Plan for your stuff ahead. Create that budget. Coach D, budget coach. I'm always going to tell you to have a budget. Have that budget so you can plan accordingly and know that maybe I have to pay this bill on this check. So because this check is going to be past my due date. Work your bills out so you know when they're due so you can pay them on time, because we want to avoid any unnecessary fees, because that late fee, if you're close to your limit, could send you over the limit. Now you have an over the limit fee. it can just spiral out of control very quickly. So, all in all, plan ahead. The video we had last week, we talked about planning ahead as well. So, if you weren't here, definitely go watch that on YouTube. The only ATM I use is TD. There's see no we see we can't be going anywhere where our fees are ridiculous for us. Different institutions, wherever your money is kept, sometimes just take the time to do the research and see where you can go for free or where you can go where your institution will give you the money back. Okay, you guys know that we go live every week, and I don't keep you guys on here all day. We come on, we get the tips, we answer the questions, and then we go on about our business, right? Because everybody has a life to live. I thank you all for being here with me. I enjoy seeing you all every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Talk Tuesday. Join me next week. Again, check the page on Friday for our new video that will drop at 6 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. If you have anything you want me to discuss, definitely let me know. Put it in the comments or DM me on Instagram, DM me on Facebook. I am at Enhancing Your Finances on all of them. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. All right. I'll see you all next week. Happy budgeting.